Guyana. Join me on the Lall Show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Lall Show only on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
Now I say to you, listening to us right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. It is about that time for us to bring to you the Monday edition of the Lall Show, where we tell it as it is. As the man of the moment, like you've known, like you know rather, he is out with us, should be back with us soon, and he would like to send his regards to each and every one of you. And thank you very much for joining him every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the rebroadcast of the programs. Let me trust that you have gained a lot from these rebroadcasts. It is time now for a rebroadcast of yet another edition of the Lall Show, and we hope that you encourage your friends and family to pay keen attention. And remember, the fight continues for a better Guyana.
So the leaders are not working in the best interests of the country, and you, the citizens of this beautiful Guyana, with our resources, with our wealth. No, they are not working in the best interests of that. They are not that stupid, guys, not to know that in a 50-50 partnership business, both parties have a say. But
definitely, yes.
They can't be that stupid to have ExxonMobil spending billions of American dollars and throw it at us, which all those billions has to come out from our assets and not checking it, man. No,
Definitely.
no. Something got to be wrong. You cannot say these leaders don't know that no foreigner can take away our assets without paying that taxes. Come on, man. Taxes. Everybody on earth pay taxes. You allowing foreigners to come in your country, fetching out your assets, your wealth, and these people are not paying a single cent taxes, man? Is that so numb and dumb of our leaders? Huh? No, man, something is wrong there. Uncle and auntie, I can name 100 more things that is going wrong in this country where our assets and our future reside. But I just share those 3 for tonight, for you to keep in your memory. And these leaders are not doing anything to benefit the Guyanese people.
Nope, not really.
When last you hear a word, Miss Harris, from them on this $1 trillion oil business?
Not this year, not last year.
It's against this background, Mr. Ray, this wall of silence, that I have concluded, and you don't have to agree with me, man, don't, that they are selling out every inch of our land, every ounce of our gold, diamond, bauxite, timber, and now every drop of your oil to the foreigners for their own selfish and greedy gains. Anybody disagree with that?
No.
Joshua? When reputable international analysts in the oil sector can constantly warn a nation and its people to get a grip of themselves with their oil contracts, and the leaders of that nation pays no heed or respond to these experts, it leaves people like myself to question what really is the motive of these leaders. Whose interest these people really working for? Auntie, just a few days ago, two analysts from the USA, one of them used to run the entire state of New York and had thousands of employees under his command, said that Guyana is in a weak position, that Exxon contract, a weak position with Exxon contract, and warn that if Guyana is to get some money from the oil out there and get the citizens of this country, or give the citizens of this country a better life, then Guyana has to correct the fatal flaws we have in that ExxonMobil contract. Both analysts give examples of what has and still continues to happen in Angola, and is actually begging our leaders and all the Guyanese citizens to take note of what's playing out in that country. And if we are to get money from our wealth out there, the people actually begging us to take note of Angola. The oil analysts say Angola found oil in 1955, Miss Harris. 1955. And they only started pumping oil in 1990. And right away Angola jumped up on the world stage, pumping oil in 1990. Of course, the kingpins of the oil industry were there, and still there. ExxonMobil, British Petroleum, Chevron, Total, Eni, and a number of other oil players. Yes. They're pumping oil. Angola began pumping 1.9 million barrels a day. And only last year, 2021, they went down to 1.4 million barrels per day. Did you guys see the amount of oil being pumped out of Angola daily from since they began 31 years ago, Harris? Huh? 2 million barrel per day. It's only last year they went down to 1.4. Hear this one, Miss Harris. Angola is ranked at number 15 in the world of top oil producers. And where is Angola today, Mr. Ray? You have an idea? After 31 years of pumping 1.9 million barrel a day, at the end of 2020, Angola has a debt of 76 billion American dollars. What does that tell you, Ms. Harris?
That's our future.
What does that tell Guyana? That will be pumping close to 1 million barrel a day come 2025. Mark my words today, Uncle. The 6th day of April 2022, under these leaders and with this contract arrangement, Guyana will be worse off than Angola 31 years from now.
Definitely. 100%. Definitely.
Any bets?
Definitely. I'm not betting against you.
And if you don't want to bet me, prove me wrong. 2267453 or 2267454. I'll take the calls. Raj, if the phone ring, I'm going to take it. I am challenging the Vice President Jagdeo and the Minister Vikram Bharat, along with the opposition leaders, to put one of them people, one of your what do you call them? Stooges, to call if you guys don't want to call and prove me wrong. Any calls come through there? Or you can call my cell phone 624-6456 or WhatsApp 622-2222. I'll answer it. I'll stop the program to answer that. Listen more, Bernard, of where Angola finds itself today. The analysts, the oil experts said, with the help of the IMF, the World Bank, African Development Bank, and other financial banking institutions, Angola has managed to juggle its year-to-year obligations with a combination of refinanced or forgiven debts. They're juggling the day-to-day life, actually, the people saying. Simply put, uncle and auntie, refinance means when you can't pay the bank, you have to go back to them and get them to change up the payment terms to suit your pocket. Yes. That's what refinance mean. It didn't change the amount. You hear me? They change up the timing of your payments. And when you do that, it's more pressure you're putting on yourself and your family. Or, if the bank's sorry for you, then they can write off some of the loan to help you ease the pressure.
No, that's some of the interest, not the loan.
That is where Angola finds itself today. When analysts did a little background check on Angola, they found out that the country recently entered the G20 Debt Service Suspension Initiative. You hear that one?
That's a lovely.
Yeah, man. That is an organization, uncle, that is designed to assist countries in financial distress. Yes. That organization was set up in May 2020. Let me repeat the thing, man. James, that G20 financial institution was set up in May 2020 for help people in financial distress. So, and that's where Angola gone. I didn't notice, We carried this story in Kaieteur News 2-3 days ago. That's how I'm picking it up to explain to the nation. Yes. Yeah. Guyana, with this corrupt path we on, soon will end up right in that same G20 debt suspension program. And we didn't even start pumping oil yet.
Definitely. Definitely.
Without doubt.
Mr. Ray Daggers, sir, imagine Angola pumping 2 million barrels of oil per day, getting, listen to this one, 20 to 24% royalties plus taxes, and them running to the G20 organization. Forgive them money for feed themselves. I gotta love Guyana.
I don't think it's one for laughable.
Man, you know what they did to them? It's the oil companies them do these people that. Listen more, man, and you will learn. Guyana, uncle, may have to run to all the international, lending agencies or helping agencies, not the G20 alone. With that 2% and no taxes, these morons, these clowns settle for. Yeah. What is also shocking about that oil-rich country is that 1 in every 3 Angolan lives, 1 in every 3 Angolan lives below the poverty level. And more than half of the population, which is 33 million people, live on less than $1.90. That's 400 Guyana dollar a day. Yes. Today as I speak, now as I speak, with that 20% royalty, taxes, and 1.4 million barrel they pumping per day. Them still got how much? Oh, you remember how much that? 76 billion American dollars. How much that Guyana got? 3?
3.
Man, wait 31 years from
Get
now.
it more.
Wait, you're going to hear.
Yeah, so sure,
That's exactly what he's saying.
The two analysts them said that that is based on an unbalanced economy and corrupt government that created those conditions in Angola. You hear them? You hear them, Mr. Ray?
Yes.
They talked about unbalanced economy and corrupt government. We ain't even got an economy.
You have to go with the show though.
We have a government.
Yep.
We have a cake shop running with an extreme corrupt government and opposition. Everything is corrupt in this land. And corruption is from top to bottom in this country. You give some of these leaders a chance, they would even steal your underwear. That's how greedy and glutton they are. There's nothing to laugh about here, Uncle and Auntie.
Exactly.
Please. That's who they are. I try not to use words or sentences or phrases or paragraphs to make people laugh. Don't laugh about it.
It's not funny.
Dave, nothing here is funny. They would steal your underwear if you put it on the line outside your house. That's how selfish and greedy most of them are. The people said during Angola's early stages in the oil business, Mr. James, exactly where Guyana is today, the early stage, Angola was led into a series of traps that included budget deficits, foreign indebtedness, political corruption, and oil exploration and development contracts that have benefited corporations at Angola's expense. You hear me, man?
Guyana's getting no benefit.
Budget deficit, uncle, means your government spend more than they cater to spend. Then them borrow from foreign banks and indebt your country further to send you to your grave. Yes, at the G20 organization that they just set up. As for the contracts benefiting corporations at Angola expenses or expense, the people talking about the exploration contracts signed by our leaders with the oil companies to drill looking for oil at Guyana's expense. Yes. Signing on to contracts with ship builders, and we have no say. Yes. Cutting deals for themselves. The daughter of Angolan president, the richest African woman in the African continent. Today as I speak, the new government in Angola is trying to recover the billions of US dollars she got in her bank accounts all over the world. Yeah, man. That has led, the money she stole, she and her brother stole, has led to half of the population living with 400 Guyana dollar a day. That's an ongoing fight as I speak with the government of Angola to get back the money, to get back the money. England and France hold up a couple $100 million US dollar for your brother. Yes, that's the kind of money, that's the kind of deal they cut with the oil companies in Angola that give them those billions in their account that people can label them as the richest in Africa. It's the same thing already happening in this country, yes. In this same country with some of our leaders. And who the cap fit can draw the string.
Yep.
Yes. They might even want to run past the president data. Yes, of Angola. And become the richest Guyanese in this hemisphere. Trust me on that one. Knowing how greedy they are. I have been dealing with them for 28 years in this newspaper business. And I can pinpoint, I can identify each and every one of these corrupt leaders we have. I can call them by names. But I don't want lawsuit.
Exactly.
I don't want no lawsuit. You see the Amelia Falls project they put in there and telling me it's a Chinese man on it? Oh. And if it should fall off the map, me and you, the citizen of this country, will have to pay them all the money? Yes. Just think for a moment. Just think for a moment if it's a Chinese man project that. No. It's not a Chinese man project. It is their project. So they don't want their money lose. If for God forbid it fall off the falls. Guyanese will have to pay them back. That's how they think. And I want to even know that Jagbe wanted to bring the project since he was president. Let's move on. Let me just don't deviate. Let me give you the facts of what's going on in this country. What went on in Angola. So you can see the picture. You can see the mirror. You can see how it mirrors Guyana. Exxon charging us billions on those FPSOs. And our vice president saying nothing. He's just accepting it blindly in statements put out by ExxonMobil. Yes. Those are the type of costs that are filling the cooperation pockets in the billions at the expense of Guyana.
Yep.
Treason.
And those are the
Yeah,
type
treason too.
of the costs the analysts are warning us about. Yes. All those billions in costs that have to come out from we oil. And our Vice President Jagdeo is saying what? He disappointed that he couldn't find people for check 'em. Yes, for check it. Billions US dollar. This man just glanced over like it's nothing. I wonder if he does handle his own personal finances like that. Collecting bills from Mr. Su, his tenant, without questioning and authorizing spendings on his properties. I don't think so. So why is he accepting these billions from ExxonMobil being thrown at us without a single word, without verification of them? Can he answer that? And it's not him alone, you know. The opposition is also silent. Total silent on all these things. They accepted Lisa 1 ship without that cost. They accepted Lisa 2 costs.
The pre-contract cost also.
And it continues with Jagdeo here now.
Yeah.
And all of them gone silent. Uncle, the two analysts, the United States analyst, was very clear in saying, taking Angola's case into account, it may not be possible for Guyana to steer clear of a similar fate, especially when it continues to cling to that one-sided, no-sided contract that favors the 3 oil companies in Guyana, ExxonMobil, Hess, and CNOOC. Yes. Creating obstacles to growth and threatening to leave Guyana deeper in debt. Those are not Glenn's words. Those are the words and message from the oil exports, Uncle. We carried that story in the Kaieteur News just a few days ago. Did we hear anything from Bharat Jagdeo or Vikram Bharat or the opposition on that? Not a single word. They do not answer their phones anymore, I am told. But they're reading the messages. But my people still messaging them. Let's see how long they will run and hide in their bedrooms, under their beds from the press and from Glenn Lall. Let's see. We carried another story in the Kaieteur news today that says Guyanese still in the dark on the leasing cost for the oil ships out there for Lisa 1, 2, and 3. Them ships, we don't know the leasing cost for them. All we know is that the first one cost 1 billion, the second 1.2 billion, and the third 1.6 billion. Yes, that's all we know the cost. What I say, them Guyana will have to pay. But the leasing cost for it, we don't know anything on that until now. Bharat Jagdeo not telling us how much we are paying to lease those 3 ships storing the oil. That is only one of the hundreds of state secrets we the people don't know or hearing anything about. Yes. What the expert said just now, Bernard, corporations and companies are benefiting from at the expense of Angola and Guyana. And now Bharat Jagdeo got and approved the 4th project, Yellowtail,
Only bargaining chip we had left.
in which ExxonMobil ordered another storage ship. This one is bigger than the 3. This one is coming with extra compartments to hold not only oil but gas too, in case Guyana need the extra gas for the gas to shore project Jagdeo embarking on. They put a special compartment in this 4th ship for whole gas for them. I laugh when I see that, when I read that part in the document. Anyone really believe that this bigger ship that has compartments for gas really coming for whole gas? Come on, man. You gotta be a moron to believe that. Them compartments for whole more oil. What Guyana wouldn't know about. So when they tell you the ship full with 2 billion barrels, man, you better check it. You got 3 billion or 6 billion barrel. Yeah. And of course, you don't want to know the price. This ship gonna cost Guyana. That one will be over 2 billion American dollars. Almost the debt that Guyana is living with all its life. I mean DEBT and not DEATH. The money we owe all we life. And Jagdeo, the man who heading the oil sector, and have no say on the cost. You hear that? $2 billion, about 2 billion. I'm betting my last dollar because Lisa 3 is 1.6. This 4th ship is, I'm going to bet my last dollar, is over $2 billion. And Jagdeo have no say on it. And you have a 50-50 partner business. How you like that? Again, he accepting bills. Like when you're buying pig in bag. And nobody's saying anything in his land, man. Auntie, them named this 4th storage ship One Guyana. Well, this one we can laugh about, right? You hear the name? One Guyana. Like if me and you there in that. Like if it belongs to all of we getting something out of it. All we getting is a fat bill. And a leasing arrangement. And when the oil is done, you still in own it. You know that, right? When the oil is done, you still in own it.
Old ship too.
Jagdeo, the opposition, or me and you won't even own the flag. The Guyana flag. What they on it? What they put on it?
Yeah.
Down to that we ain't own. The first one, the name of
Yes.
Lisa Destiny. Our destiny. Yes. The second, Lisa Unity. Our unity. And the third one, Payara Prosperity. PP.
Example.
Yes, it's Exxon Prosperity.
Yeah.
Yes. They're making it look like if it's our prosperity. And the fourth one, One Guyana.
Wow.
The fifth one might name All Guyana. What you say, James?
Yeah, you could go on for those.
Man, them names make you feel that every Guyanese is part of them ships and how much money we can get from them.
The right
But-
in a way. we
No,
are-
when you hear the names, that's
Yeah,
that's the only thing can come to
In
mind.
terms of debts.
Yes,
Debts.
but you don't know if debts you are
Debts,
going into.
This will be a part of.
By 2031, listen this part, man. By 2031, when them done with the prices on everything, the oil we have out there will not be able to pay back the debts. We will still owe for the storage ships alone. Trust me on that one. Mark my words on it. And somebody, I would like somebody to prove me wrong on this. Again, we will not have enough money by 2031 to even pay for them the cost of them storage ships. This is the part I wanted to explain a little to you people. That $4 billion US for those 3 storage ships from Lisa 1, 2, and 3. Don't think Guyana owns them. No. The money is for the people to start building it. When they bring it here, they're leasing it to us. So we ain't own them. And them say after so many years, we can buy it from them. When you hear things like that, you just want to laugh.
That's good business, eh?
That is what they do all over the world, Bernard. It's like, you want me make a boat for you? You give me $1 million. When I done and bring the boat to you, you pay me a monthly fee. And after 10 years, yes, they give you the option to buy it over from me. Yes. When the oil near done, you understand? The boat, after the 10 year or 12 year, the boat damage up. Yes. They're going to sell you it.
But they went to buy 10
Yeah.
boat.
They're going to sell you it. And if you're stupid, you're going to buy it. And after the oil is done, you're going to left in the Atlantic Ocean. That will cost you more to get rid of than you pay for it. This is one of the many tricks in the oil sector, my friend. Yes, that's what they do. That's what they do to many countries. When the oil near done, they hustle to pass it off on you and tell you, you know, you can buy it now, you know. You can buy it. And they work out a deal with your government, right? And your government tell the nation, well, we can buy it now, you know. Yeah. And fool the nation. They work out a deal, put some money in the bank account somewhere, and after 2-3 years, the oil done. People forget that the ship belongs to we, and we lose money.
Yeah, but they went to pay to buy 10
Yeah,
for them.
exactly.
That's exactly it.
Exactly. What the analysts are saying is that at the end of the lease, Guyana should have been owning this vessel because it would have cost us through our oil in excess of 2-3 billion American dollars for those patch-up boats. You know it's patch-up boats,
Yeah,
right?
it's all boats.
We don't have to pay more billions than what Guyana owes all its life for 3 ships and didn't have a say. We didn't have a say, man. We don't pay for 3 ships and we had no say.
And you 50-50 part them.
Yes. and don't know what is the leasing price
Not a clue.
on a business, Bernard, like you rightly say, we have a 50-50 profit sharing.
And we own the thing too. We own the thing.
Oh.
There's a saying.
We own the
Oh,
thing.
somebody got to help me here, Auntie. What happened to the phones? 226-7453. Nobody calling the phone? Huh? Yeah? 226-7454? Come on, man. With all these things I'm talking, you guys should have already been getting upset to pick up that phone and ring this phone to say, Glenn Lall, what are you saying?
The government listen to it, Glenn?
Huh?
The government and the opposition listen to it?
Everybody listens.
Kaieteur News reported yesterday. Listen to this one, Harris. Yesterday we reported that without ring fencing provision, yes, Guyana will lose out big time on every oil find in this country. Yes. We will find ourselves in a dark hole worse than many of the African and Asian oil producing countries. We may not even have the 400 Guyana dollar to live on when the day come, if that provision is not in place. You hear that, guys? Oil exports again warning Guyana. The longer we drag our feet on putting ring fencing provision in the Stabroek Block deal, the more the nation will continue to shortchange itself on every new discovery and with every project that comes on stream. You understand?
Yep.
We don't have the ring fencing provision in the Lisa 1, in the Lisa 2 project, in the Payara project, in the Yellowtail project, and now maybe they're going for the 5th project. And every other project, the people warning us that if you don't put it in, we're heading into a dark hole. The experts reminding us that installing the ring fencing provision would prevent ExxonMobil from deducting expenses associated with other projects from a field that is producing oil already. This is the current state of affairs for Liza 1. And without the government installing this provision, ExxonMobil will also now be able to deduct cost from Liza 2 and others since they start producing oil in them. With ExxonMobil being allowed to throw cost from other projects into the two producing projects, Guyana's share of profits will continue to be reduced. The experts warn that with all these new costs that ExxonMobil is throwing onto Guyana, the nation will continue to be cheated for the lifetime of the projects if that doesn't change. And the billions Guyana is expected to receive from all the oil fields will never, ever be materialized. You hear that? You hear that? These are what the experts are saying. Those are their words. The reason why these experts keep reminding our leaders the importance of ring fencing, it is because of the speed in which we are granting these projects one after the other.
Yep.
These people are seeing the extreme danger that lies ahead for us, Uncle. Yes, lies ahead of us, the citizens of this country. Hence, they are warning us. I spoke so many times on this program on ring fencing, and I am tired. I try not to talk about it again tonight. But when these international oil experts and analysts, foreigners who are looking out for our pockets and our country's well-being, how can I not use this program to refresh your memory on this important issue that Vice President Jagdeo, Vikram Bharat and your opposition is turning a blind eye to, man? Huh? How can I do that? So let me now, give me 2 minutes, let me break it down. What the expert said there, so you can get an understanding. I have done it many times. What is ring fencing? Auntie, is a barrier, is a fence that separates two businesses so that nothing should humbug each other. Nothing. Each business got to spend and make profits for itself. One can't depend on the other one. Each one should run independently and deal with its own expenses, its own profits. One should not depending on the other to operate. That is what ring fencing is all about. You cannot depend, one cannot depend on the other. As the owner of both businesses, you must be able to enjoy all the profits from each one of the businesses. That's how business operate, right?
Yep.
Huh? That's what the people actually saying. You got two cake shops. One on the house and one across the road. Each one should run independently, not true, man?
Yep.
Huh? The parents of Jagdeo and Granger got two cake shops. They give Jagdeo for run one downstairs and give Granger for run the other one across the road. Now, can Granger send his bill over to Jagdeo? No. Each one of them got to run their business and deal with their expenses and share their profits independently with daddy and mommy. Each one must stand on their own foot. That's how simple ring fencing is. Preventing Lisa 1, we're pumping oil now, from paying Lisa 2 expenses. That is total nonsense. Total nonsense. Each one should and must pay their own expenses and make their own profits, man. That's how business operate. If Granger profit has to come out to pay expenses on Jagdeo cake shop, then Granger can't carry on profit for his parents. It will be short change.
Yeah.
Not true, man? Well, this is what these people say. We cannot allow the oil companies them to spend money all the time and throw in the bills that they're producing oil fields. No way. Them taking out billions from Lisa 1 that is pumping oil. They're going to take out another set of billions from Lisa 2 that is pumping oil for money them spending on Lisa 3 and Lisa 4 now. Come on, Guyana. Come on, man. We money gone.
Yep.
The money you're supposed to get from Lisa 1 and Lisa 2, the people are saying gone. Being siphoned off.
Yep.
Depleted, reduced to couscous or pennies. This is what the people warning a country to do. Man, that is something every market vendor who got two stall would do.
Yep.
Or a cake shop owner. You want to tell me we leaders know that? Huh?
Okay.
Can any one of them call Glenn Lall on this phone and tell me that they don't know that? Huh? And why they're not stopping it?
Easy question.
Huh?
$1 million question you just asked.
Why they're not stopping it?
That's the question right
You got 10 billion already spent on Lisa 1 and 2. A 10 billion on Lisa 3. Another 10 going to spend on Lisa 4. And maybe another 20 going to spend on Lisa 5. And all this money are to come out in Lisa 1 or Pumping Isle now. Come on, man. Come on. What Guyana getting? You understand what I'm saying, Manat? This is why we can't get nothing. This is why this country can't see its way. This is what they did to Angola, Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, Chad, and all the rest of the countries. Huh? Do you know why the oil companies behave like that? It is because they can rob the hell out of you this way. When I'm done with you, man, Guyana got $3 billion debt that I say just now. By the time the oil done, Guyana will be left with 300 billion American dollars.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That is what these financial gurus them,
Exactly.
Ashni Singh, Bharat Jagdeo, Winston Jordan, Carl Greenwich them. Yes. These are the financial gurus they all have in this country, allowing that to happen to you people. It's not that Guyana would not be getting a little money, you know. Don't get confused with this thing. Yes. You're going to get a little money in your pocket. So please don't get confused or mix up with this thing. You remember that little 300-400 million a year what Jagdev said Guyana can get? Yes. We will still get that, and we will even get double that. But at the end of the day, at the end of the oil, the debt you will be left with, due to the bills they keep throwing backwards onto these projects, man, you might not even get to live with 200 Guyana dollar 31 years from now. If these things are not put to a full stop, if you the people don't start speaking up, if you people don't wake up as to these glaring faults, skullduggery that is going on, and your leaders turning a blind eye, trust me, $200 is too much for your grandchildren and great-grandchildren to live with. Come 2050, 2060. What make it worse, uncle and auntie, is that the bills them throwing onto Lisa 1 and Lisa 2 that is pumping oil. These morons not checking it. So you could imagine what ExxonMobil doing to us. Right? The bills them are thrown back onto these producing fields to pay. We are not even checking them, brother. Huh? And who's allowing this to happen? Bharat Jagdev and the opposition leaders. Granger sit down quietly in a corner. And he not saying anything. But he's still the leader of the list in Parliament. He's not saying a word. I don't know who it is yet, because it seems to be they have some confusion going on with the opposition leader. And President Ali seems to be numb, he confused or he dumb on all this wagalang. I always remember Keith Rowley, Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister. The man said TT were losing billions through the fingers while they were sleeping at the wheels. Uncle, our leaders are not sleeping at the wheels. They are in in an unconscious state or in a coma. By the time they wake up, if they do wake up, not only ExxonMobil and the oil and the oil would have disappeared, but the country would have gone with them too. Where or what will happen to you and your children? Would you even have a country to live in? James, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. I'm going home early and sleep. I promise half hour so that we can have this interaction with a phone and your messages. Miss Harris, you reading the comments? How many we have there? I'm ready for them.
You want to hear some?
Yes, I'm ready for them.
Alright. So,
I'm ready for them. Let me take a sip of this cinnamon tea they give me.
alright.
Thank you, Miss Martley, for the tea.
So, a lot of people have been raising the opposition. They're saying that you are basically the voice, you're representing the opposition. And why is the opposition not mentioning anything about the oil? So, would you care to give us your thoughts on that?
I have been saying that thing over and over. I've talked that thing 20 times today. That's not a question for me to answer. I have said the government and the entire opposition has gone numb, dumb, silent, or they're in an unconscious state where the oil and our resources are concerned. What else can I say about that?